I thank you very much for this opportunity. I want to congratulate each of all these young people. You are the one in my cells. You know, we always think in terms of adults, and we adults are part of the win. But for educators, truly, young people, you are the win in our cells. In the words of the late former John F. Kennedy, ask not what your country can do for you, but what can you do for your country. Champions of Caring is a vehicle that embraces that thought, and it gives us wheels, it sets a pathway, and it's a pathway that empowers our young people by educating them in how to become citizens of this great country that we live in. Not to be passive, but to be active participants and to be a part of community building. Champions of Caring plants the idea that if your community is failing, then you're part of the failure. If you're not doing anything, it challenges, it provokes, it stimulates, it causes us to step out of our comfort zone. And that's why I love Champions of Caring. And this lady, Rachel King Davis, she is all of that and a bag of potato chips. She is everything that has been said about her. We have a center at Parkway, and she is the center. I want you to think of a beehive. She's queen bee, okay? And all the other bees are just around her, okay? And this includes not just the young people, but with the staff too. She's a collaborator. She pushes the teachers out of that lecture mode of teaching, and she makes it active learning and engaged learning. And why don't you think about, and let me help you. That's the type of person that Rachel King Davis is. And it is just a pleasure. It has been such a pleasure knowing and working alongside of her all these years that she has been at Parkway Northwest. And I thank you so much for the opportunity that you have given us through your curriculum in helping to shape the mind, the hearts of our young people at Parkway Northwest. Thank you, congratulations.
I have to start with thank you. I'm very surprised, and I'm very happy, and I'm very pleased to know Barbara. Oh, George Shaw stated, "I am of the opinion that my life belongs to the community, and as long as I live, it is my privilege for it, whatever I can." When I began my career, it was clear God had a different idea of what type of teacher I should be. I envisioned being in a classroom with 20 or 30 students, all excited about the subject of history. I did not see myself as a facilitator. I did not see myself teaching character education. I did not see myself teaching peer education, leadership skills, civic engagement, and values, and so much more. Oh, I loved my subject, history. But with the additional pieces, I did not see my students as people who only mattered to me for 50 minutes around the topic of history. I saw unmolded pieces of clay who needed help with forming into productive, independent, educated, and self-sufficient individuals. I wanted to reach beyond the textbook in the classroom and hopefully have an impact. A quote that I love is learn the past, watch the present, and create the future. I'm sorry, I'm very emotional about teaching, I apologize. Students studying the Champion of Caring curriculum were no longer sponges that merely soaked up the information that was presented to them. Instead, they were developing into agents of change who were now proactive into our learning and development. With this program, students have the opportunity to strive for bigger and better things. Some of the examples of things that we've done at our school, students have participated in the Peace Program or Peace Day program. We have Quilts for Cancer. We have Healthy Living around Weaver's Way. We attended the National Service Learning Conference to teach others about the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. We're talking about urban students here and how we can protect everyone's rights. The students have taught at various institutions from middle school up to college, and on how young people, urban youth, view human rights and how it belongs to them also. Okay, our students have participated at the United Nations with the Global Education Motivators. They talked about human rights and sustainability. All right, our students have created videos around human rights. They have also created boards and murals to let other people know how important it is, not only in their community, but how important it is that people are hungry in our world. We no longer just stand by and say our students are just going to learn certain things. We require our seniors to learn about service learning and social justice. We require all of our seniors to do a service learning project around their senior project, along with 15 hours. No longer do we just stand still in our building, but we are very active and involved. If you can't tell, we have a great deal of things that we've done. And we believe in student voice. We believe in character education, and we believe in civic engagement. These life skills have proven to be productive to our citizens. As we become more of a multicultural society, the skills and opportunity for our youth is important, and it demonstrates that we all have a desire. It also demonstrates to our students and our young people that we are all the same, which is very, very important. Along with these opportunities, I'm sorry. With all these opportunities, I've loved seeing within my students. I love the concepts. I love creating places that will allow for them to grow, something that's not always allowed in the school district, and develop a voice with positive language about ways to improve our community, which is so important in our curriculum and so important in our world. With all the turmoil in the world today, is with great pleasure to teach at Parkway at Peace and Social Justice High School, where academics and curriculum education and character education is supported equally. And I have to take this time to thank Ms. McGee, and I have to thank our advisory board for creating this program and allowing curriculum and teachers to mold the academics and to mold the person, and for constantly working towards the goal. I feel honored to have been chosen to receive this award for my school and myself. I thank you very much. It is with great pleasure that I introduce one of our students. He's a young man who has been with us for some time, and he is about to graduate, and he is also a champion, and I want to recognize Derek Boggs.
Thank you, Ms. Davis. As she said, my name is Derek Boggs, and I'm a senior at Parkway Northwest High School for Peace and Justice, and I am about to graduate. We heard a lot of good things about Champions of Caring program and those who have presented today. I know firsthand just how valuable the Champions of Caring program is. Some of the most valuable lessons I will carry with me to my college and throughout the rest of my life are the things I learned participating in this program. The program and the curriculum have given me the skills to look into myself to find out what's important and to be okay with that, even if it means being an outsider. I learned to walk down the path less traveled and to march to my own drum, and that has made all the difference for me and those I interact with. I know that all of us champions would like to thank Barbara Sheeman and her wonderful curriculum writing team for giving us such a wonderful tool to use. Thank you.
As Ambassadors of Caring, we welcome you to Champions of Caring. Through the Ambassadors of Caring Leadership Program, we have grown as leaders, advocates, and mentors in service. We hope that you will continue your service this summer and join us in the fall for the Ambassadors of Caring program. We are excited to pass the torch to you, new champions. As evident today, there is strength in numbers. We are an example of the extraordinary work that teenagers are doing in the greater Philadelphia region. We salute to you and welcome you to Champions of Caring.
We have inherited a world filled with violence, hatred, and suffering. Silence and indifference will only make it worse. We pledge to stand up and speak out when we see injustice in our communities. We are Champions of Caring.
Too often, young people are viewed as part of the problem. We see ourselves as part of the solution. We are Champions of Caring.
We believe that service to others is not only a responsibility, but a privilege. We have made a commitment to continue our service and to make the world a better place. We are Champions of Caring.
We choose to be recognized as champions, here today to inspire others and to serve as role models in our community. We will continue to lead our peers and our elders in making a service a way of life. We are Champions of Caring.
We know that we cannot wait until the future to become social activists or for others to solve the problems in our world. We pledge not to wait for tomorrow, but to be the leaders, innovators, and social entrepreneurs of today. We are Champions of Caring.
Thank you all for being here today and for your continued support of the work that we are doing to improve our communities and the world. We ask you to wait until our champions have processed out and then join us for a reception outside of the auditorium. As we leave the auditorium today, we'll be marching out to a song that might sound familiar to you. One Day by Matisyahu was the theme song for the 2010 Olympic Games. We chose this song both because of its positive message and also because, like the athletes, we are champions. I will leave you with some of the lyrics from the song. Treat people the same, stop with the violence, down with the hate. One day we'll all be free and proud to be under the same sun. Thank you again for joining us today. Champions, please stand.